CHAMPS is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. What's up, Hoosier Nation? Welcome back to your favorite weekly high school sports show, State Champs. We're presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. We have our first state championship highlights of the winter and so much more in store. And let me introduce one of those daring Blue Devils herself, Jenna Skelski. What's up, Jen?
So much going on right now, Lauren. We are really starting to feel hoops fever, but we've got your prescription. A half dozen highlights of the boys and girls variety. We've got some hockey too, and as LP mentioned, girls swimming state finals highlights.
We also show some love to the big dog. Remember him, and our main event takes us to Marion High School as they welcomed in Fort Wayne Black Hawk Christian. But we start in the Circle City. We begin with boys basketball. The Indiana School for the Deaf welcoming in the Pumas of Indianapolis Metropolitan. The interpreters on hand to keep the energy pumped. Drum roll, please. Stage set. The Indiana School for the Deaf with the ball and getting us started. Jace Knobel with the jumper. Pumas looking to rebound after a loss to Freelance Conference foes Indianapolis Howe. Emmanuel Lewis kicks to Dorian Walker, the floater, and the forgiveness. Indy Metro led by double digits after the first. Indiana School for the Deaf being represented by the Deaf Hoosiers, trying to find their stride. Justin Pickering spots up. But the Pumas lock down on D. Walker with the takeaway, up to Emmanuel Lewis for the good stuff. Metro led 31-25 at intermission. In the third, Hoosiers answered back. Kyle Jenkins, the long outlet to Jarrell Edwards for the splash. Game within 5, 37-32 late in the third. But the Pumas, too much. The takeaway, and Warren Williams tips the scales. The Deaf Hoosiers put up a fight, but Indy Metro wins 70-44.
Another Hoosier Hoops night, Garin Catholic would make the trip as we check out home court of the Noblesville Millers. A bit of a battle, who gets on the board first. With the bounce, Kean Sills drops a shot, Golden Eagles up first. And the Eagles would come out firing again. Down court, Sills to Luke Godfrey for the stop and pop connection. Garin up 5 now, still early. Still in the second, Garin up 8 now. Noblesville working it, jumper doesn't go, but there to collect, Alex Hunt with the bucket. Millers still trail at the half, 22-14. Something would have to give, and defense would make it happen. Hunt with the cheetah speed off the steal, fire up the jam cam. Millers back in it, full force. Following another Millers bucket, adding to the lead, Hunt with the strong put-up, Noblesville with a comfortable lead. But Garin would charter the waters on the comeback trail. Keon Sills with the bucket. Now, under 20 seconds to go. Keon Sills clutch from the key with the triple, but it wouldn't be enough. 2-point game. Noblesville leads 43-41. Noblesville would be sent to the line. Xavier Hines drops one. Garin with the ball. Sills with the chance to tie. No good. Noblesville takes this one, 44-41 the final.
Welcome to another Hoops matchup at Center Grove High School. The Trojans coming out hype. CG faithful would respond. Center Grove versus Mooresville. Trojans 14-7 on the season under head coach Zach Hahn would look to use the means of senior leader Trace Jackson Davis to disrupt the visiting Pioneers. And it was a scrappy one, so let's get to it. In the first, Trojans would make the ring and answering. Jackson Davis with the reverse, and he would get it to fall. CG out ahead. But Mooresville would have a different story in mind in the first half. Luke Fowler behind the arc, and the sophomore center gets his Pioneers moving. However, the Trojans would still lead. Until Mooresville on the road playing big, Fowler with another ringer, and the Pioneers would have the Trojans number in the first half, 20-19. All that was needed was the CG cheer team, the Lady Trojans getting the energy flowing. And their squad would react in the second half, calling for the alley-oop Spencer Piercefield to Jackson Davis for the slam. And CG was back with it. And if you missed that one, don't worry, it's coming. The sequel, Jackson Davis for the statement. CG leads 32-24 in the third. Pioneers would not be finished yet. Fowler down the court swings it to Noah Woodson for the must-needed triple. Mooresville now down a handful. Late in the game, Center Grove being tested. Ben Nickerson knocks down the necessary. CG would hold. Pioneers with one more chance. 3 seconds on the clock, down 3. Launches it but comes up just short. Center Grove defeats Mooresville 41-38 the final.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. The North American Auto Show is one of the biggest events in Detroit every year, and every year, LTU is part of it. Students in the Transportation Design concentration had some of their model cars on display, as well as the Blue Devil Motorsports vehicles.
So I think Lawrence Tech being down at the auto show opens a lot of really exciting doors for a lot of folks. So for the university, it helps us with promotion, with reaching prospective students, with reconnecting with alumni, and it gives our volunteers a chance to give back to the university and a chance to reconnect with those folks out in the public. And then for the students whose work is displayed, they have an opportunity to show off what they can do to potential employers and community members who may be looking to hire them after graduation.
LTU has so many outstanding programs that allow students to express their creative abilities. If you're interested in building the cars of tomorrow and want to learn more about the Transportation Design program, head over to ltu.edu right now.
Hey, what's up? Don't go anywhere because we have got a ton more highlights coming up, including a pair of girls' regional games right after the break. In the meantime, follow State Champs Indiana on social media. Tell us what you want to see on our show on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. We are here 35 weeks covering the entire school year. Don't go anywhere.
I've always been really good at math and science, and I knew I wanted to work in healthcare, but not as a doctor. So I chose Lawrence Tech's biomedical engineering program. I've pushed myself to take internships, like this one, at a hospital in an orthopedic research lab. Thanks to Lawrence Tech's unique, hands-on style of education, I'm graduating with a published research paper and a job. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together with our
customers,
we are driven
to make
healthcare better.
Great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Girls basketball in the limelight now. Speedway hosting a Class 2A regional. The Western Boone Stars, under the leadership of head coach Megan Alexander, 17 wins. This season, the most successful in years. Winchester, the opponent. Holly Gutierrez has her Lady Falcons 24-3 and all business, working to punch their ticket back to Bankers Life for the second time in 3 years. Falcons lost by just 4 points in last year's grand finale, flying in the first. Madeline Lawrence down to Kira Robinson. Falcons put up 17 points in the first quarter. Webo fresh off their first sectional trophy since 2014. After a rough start, Lauren Flory pops the triple. Stars down single digits after one. Winchester continued to push tempo. Maddie Lawrence is a fearless floor general. C. Shelby Miller in the paint, lead at 11. Stars not fading. Well aware there is no tomorrow, the WB's go-to gal is Madison Jones. She leads the team in scoring and had 14 in this one. Before intermission, Winchester adding to the hurt. Shelby Miller to Becca Chamberlain for the big triple. Winchester led at the half 28-17. In the second half, Winchester punched in and went back to work. Lawrence collects herself. Winchester gets the W over Western Boone, 65-41. The Lady Falcons, another regional championship. More girls b-ball and a shout out to Summit City Sports for the coverage. Table set for two teams hungry for a winner's dinner. 4A regional championship. Hamilton Southeastern versus Homestead. The HSE Royals rank numero uno in Class 4A. Max Preps has them number 11 in the nation. The Spartans won the state title 2 years ago, slayed Zionsville in double OT in the semis by a hair. Tougher road to hoe here. To the game, and the Royals in blue wasting no time. The Duquesne commit, Amaya Hamilton, buries the bomb, setting the tone. Next, Homestead down 7, looking for a bounce back. Who's the next really big thing in Indiana girls hoops? How about 6'3" freshman Ayanna Patterson, already with a ton of D1 offers, and one bucket counts, and so does the free one. In the second, Spartans building off that momentum. Down 3, top of the key, Sydney Graber's going to Central Michigan, the triple. We were tied at 17. Hamilton Southeastern replies before the break. Malia Jackson is committed to D2's University of Illinois Springfield. Stops and pops. Royals at 31-25 at intermission. Third quarter, under a minute left. Homestead's Solari Starks will soon be a Titan for the University of Detroit Mercy. 15-footer, 2-point game. However, UCLA, Indiana, Maryland, Tennessee, to just name a few, wanting Royals junior Sydney Parrish when she graduates. She finished with 27. Hamilton Southeastern defeats Homestead 57-47. Royals regional champs. February is Black History Month, and this week, State Champs salutes the first overall pick in the 1994 NBA Draft, Indiana native, the Big Dog, Glenn Robinson. Growing up in Gary, Glenn Robinson attended Roosevelt High School, where during his senior season, he led the Panthers to a state championship in 1991. The final game was a highly anticipated matchup versus Bree Buff Jesuit and their star, Alan Henderson, who would go on to play at Indiana and in the NBA. Robinson won the Mr. Basketball Award and was selected a McDonald's All-American. He then went on to Purdue University, where he'd play under legendary head coach Gene Cady. 1994, his senior season, saw the Big Dog lead the nation in scoring, becoming the Big Ten's all-time single-season points leader with 1,030. Robinson became the first National Player of the Year from Purdue since John Wooden did it in 1932. He also set a school weightlifting record with a 309-pound clean and jerk. Selected first overall by the Milwaukee Bucks, he spent 11 seasons in the NBA with 4 different teams that included a world championship with San Antonio his final season in 2005. He capped his career as a 2-time All-Star with over 14,000 points and over 4,000 rebounds. His son, Glenn Robinson III, currently plays for the Detroit Pistons. State Champs salutes the Big Dog, Glenn Robinson. Hey, you guys, I just want to quickly say we appreciate all the support we've received from the IHSAA since we began State Champs Indiana last fall. Now, from time to time, we'd almost like to co-brand a message that seeks to send a message of perspective. I think we can all agree good sportsmanship is probably not talked about enough. That's next, along with girls swim finals and hockey, so stay with us.
I admit it, I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
We're getting reports that you have over 40,000 flavor combinations.
That's right.
May I examine one, ma'am? Is this real cheese?
100% real mozzarella, officer.
Explain this dough.
Made fresh daily.
I'm gonna have to confiscate this as evidence.
Aren't you a mall cop?
All units, someone's in the fountain.
10-4, Tiger on the prowl.
Flavor fanatics will do anything for our one-of-a-kind flavored crust pizza with meal deals for every budget.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back to State Champs. You know, every once in a while, we need to be reminded about what high school sports is all about. Learning life lessons like how to win and lose, playing for something bigger than yourself, and quite frankly, not getting so worked up at the games. And I'm not talking about the student athletes. It's about sportsmanship. Let's go and focus. Let us begin by saying, like many of you, we love high school sports, and that's why we're so passionate about it. We know how hard the student athletes work. We know the sacrifice the coaches make to teach these young men and women not just about the game, but how it translates into life lessons. The same goes for officials. They love the game. They work hard. They train and they teach.
We teach a lot more than just the rules of the game. We want to teach them how to be good community members.
When it comes to being a high school sports official, it's a job that's taken very seriously. A chance to teach kids about competition and respect.
These officials really don't care who wins the game. They just want to make sure that the game is called fairly and that the rules of the game have been enforced properly. And if that is done and everybody plays within the rules of the game, then we typically have a really good contest.
We go through an extraordinary amount of training with them, whether it be online training, associations. We've got 24 different associations within the state of Indiana. We license almost 7,000 officials.
Most of the training efforts are a reminder that the face of sportsmanship is not just students, it's the refs and the parents. This is important because parents also need to learn more about how to be good sports.
They have a role, and that role is to be supportive and supportive of their young person on the floor, the mat, the pool. Enjoy that 4 short years they have with their son or daughter.
We're in our 3rd year, and we've intentionally targeted student athletes, coaches, officials, and now adult fans. And they're all a part of this face of sportsmanship. We all have to remember that we all are a part of the contest, and we need to put our best foot forward as we adjudicate these contests, put these on for young people, and try to do the best we can to keep this in the education-based context.
At the end of the day, the most important thing is the students are having fun through the struggle and the success. There's a message in all outcomes.
These are contests for kids. These are interscholastic, education-based events. And we're trying to teach young people that competition can be fun, competition can be intense, but at the end of the competition, we have to have respect for our opponents and respect for the game.
I'm Lauren Plant for State Champs. The IUPUI Natatorium, the site for the 45th annual IHSAA Girls Swimming State Finals. Video courtesy our friends with the IHSAA. The heavy favored Finns of the day, Carmel, and their 32 straight state titles. The crowd was in gear. Let's dive in. We start in the 200-meter relay. The Carmel Greyhounds chasing their prior 2015 state record of 139.25. This year's squad of Madeline Chrisman, Kelly Pash, Meredith Berglund, and Colleen Duffy don't break the record, but win the race in a time of 141.39. In second, Franklin Central, rounding out third, Homestead. On to the 50 freestyle. 4 sophomores competing in the bunch. This a sprint to the finish. Couple of youngsters in the lead. Elsa Fretz from Northridge and Carmel's Colin Duffy. Fretz down the stretch and the win, 22.88 time, the sophomore first for the Lady Raiders. We stay on the sprint side of things. 100 free. Down the backstretch, neck and neck. Fretz and another sophomore from Hobart, Emma Wright. Wright wins a tight finish with a time of 49.95. To the breaststroke, IU commit Emily Weiss from Yorktown in 2018. She set the national record in this event with a time of 58.40. Weiss digging deep again, give her the gold again, just behind her previous record of 58.91. The 4th fastest breaststroke time in high school history. All in all, another record-breaking day, placing third Northridge, second Carroll of Fort Wayne, and big number 33 now worn by Carmel, a reality. The Carmel Greyhounds take the state title 33 in a row. Just incredible.
I'm Sean Belegian, and now on to the frozen pond in Fort Wayne as we catch up with some hockey. A special thanks to Jeff Mahoney and the Summit City sports team for all the coverage they provide out of Fort Wayne. This one should shape up for a good matchup between Summit City and Homestead, but first, a special night recognizing the maturity and growth on senior night. Homestead trying to lock in second in the Fort Wayne League with a win here, but the Panthers of Summit City out to get that victory as well. We get things going in the first by Homestead. On the side, Keaton Coulter over to Cody Hurley, and the Spartan secures the first goal of the game, 10:50 into the contest. Still in the first, Summit City with a penalty that would put Homestead on a power play, trying to add to the lead. Taken away by Keaton Coulter. He would find some space, nets the 2-goal lead, and the Spartans getting it done early. Still in the first, not an easy period for Summit City. A barrage of shots on goal at full strength for Homestead. Cameron Huntington from the outside with the high fast one. Spartans get an early advantage, and they keep it in this one. Homestead comes away with a 3-0 victory over Summit City. Don't go anywhere. Another battle on the ice coming your way from Summit City Sports. Leo versus Bishop Dwenger. Another senior night recognizing the efforts of the young ones. A little pregame setup to be taken care of, but now we are off. And after a scoreless first, that was all about to change. Leo on the power play, but the puck stolen by J.D. Woods through the Leo Lions defense finds the opening 1-0 BD in the second. Just under 6 minutes to go in the second. The Saints looking to add to their 1-goal lead on the power play now. Mitchell Vogelweed with the pill. He would play doctor. BD goal, 2-0 now. 3 and some change remaining in the second now. BD still all over Leo. The Saints doing some work. Aiden Parrott says hello in front of the net. Goal. BD would hold on to the lead, defeating Leo 3-0 your final.
Make sure you do yourself a favor and check out the Hang Time Indiana podcast, premiering every Wednesday at statechampsnetwork.com, as well as our Facebook and YouTube channel. Greg Rakestraw and Drake Wally have the pulse of what's happening in Indiana hoops. So check it out. The main event in boys basketball is next. Fort Wayne's Blackhawk Christian taking on Marion.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together, with our
Customers.
We are driven
to make
healthcare better.
Great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
Back again.
You know me.
Pepperoni Asiago. Oh, he's so cute. What's his name?
Pepperoni Asiago.
I just want to eat him up.
Flavor fanatics love us because we invented flavored crust pizza with 100% real mozzarella cheese and fresh dough made daily. Now get meal deals for any budget.
Hungry?
Howie's! I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my 3rd year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome back to State Champs. Take a look at the latest IBCA boys basketball rankings, and now in at number 20, Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian. UIndy recruit Frankie Davidson leading the charge for the Braves. Marion didn't have such a hot start to the year, losing 4 of their first 6, but now the Giants are 11-1 over the past 2 months. Let's go to Marion for this week's main event. Bill Green Arena, home of the Marion Giants. Marion tied with Muncie Central for most state titles in Indiana high school history with 8. Visiting the Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian Braves, 19-2 under head coach Mark Davidson on an 8-game winning streak, hungry for more. We start with some early action. Michael Pulver will see Abe Hicks. He'll hit from downtown. Blackhawk Christian draw first blood. Braves continue to strike. Pulver finds Caleb first. The sophomore forward drawing the attention. Count it, 3-point play. Braves led 13-5. Marion Giants finding some giant momentum in the second. The Purple People Eaters, oh my, the slam slowed down for you. Jalen Blackman with the giant jam. Marion still trailed. Sparking some light, it would be Blackman from beyond the arc. Count the triple, but still down 35-22 at intermission. The Braves would continue the assault. Caleb first showing his power in the paint, gets the roll. Blackhawk Christian still leading in the third. Marion showing some fight with a pair of triples. Blackman down court to Jakelin Thomas for the 3-ball. Giants inching back. Here, loading them up. Blackman from the outside. The sophomore has his Giants within a digit, 41-40, a minute remaining. But Fort Wayne, BC would not falter. Off the snatch and grab steal, Zane Burke coming up big for the Braves. Count it, and one. The 3-point play, Blackhawks ahead. Sealing the deal with the triple, Burke from another planet. Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian defeats Marion 69-60 the final.
It felt good. They're a great team. They execute well. And, they got a lot of scorers, a lot of shooters, and it was a good victory. We just want to keep winning, win as many games as we can, keep our pedal on the floor, and keep getting better each and every day. And I think we're doing a pretty good job of that so far, but there's always room for improvement.
All right, show 6 of the new year now in the books. We really hope you are digging what we are throwing down. Our entire state champs Indiana team is digging all of it, and we're just getting started.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.